Mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I be. Good Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You should already know, ladies and gentlemen, that this one is poised to be an instant classic in the making. If this is your first time to the Dr. Mike TV channel, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you notify, make sure you do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the good doc's content. All of my good stuff shall be listed in the links in the description area below. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, let me go ahead and send my condolences and my RIPs to none other than Keith Martin. Right? A lot of people don't really understand the relevance of a person like Keith Martin and his representation of being Black American in the Philippines for me, right? A lot of people don't understand it, but Keith Martin was the first dude that I ever saw in the Philippines that looked like me, right? It was Keith Martin. And I'm not even going to sit there and act like I knew who he was at the time. I just know that he was involved in the music industry. As a result, I was like another brother in the Philippines, man. That's what's up. You know, a lot of people may not be familiar with this name, but there's also a brother by the name of Marcus Doubted. I think, shout out to my man Raw TV Rob, said he knew Marcus, but he was like a Black American basketball player that played for the FIBA team for the Philippines. And, you know, these were the brothers I looked up to, man, because they were killing it. And, you know, they were, you know, the faces of the game, right? The faces of the Philippines, brothers that were living and or very active in the Philippines. So, like I said, Keith Martin, you can go through his discography if you want to. Keith Martin definitely has some hits under his belt. And I think he ended up moving to the Philippines in the early 2000s, roughly about 2004 ish. I believe Keith Martin moved to the Philippines about 2004. And until his untimely death recently, he had remained in the Philippines. Now, I love my life in the Philippines when I'm there. I love it. It's a great time. It's a great experience. I mean, I'm not necessarily the biggest social type of individual, but ultimately, I get my kicks in, man. I have my fun. But, you know, to come to find out that this brother here at the age of 55 passed away in his condo. And the only way that he was found to be dead was because of a foul smell that was emanating. If you read the article, that's the word they used, emanating from the condominium. And then a couple of construction workers or builders in the area actually found the body. Now, in all the reports that I've read, this brother was dead for at least about a week, a few days to roughly about a week. Now, that's a problem for me, right? That's a problem for me. And the reason it's a problem for me is because you mean to tell me that a whole week went by, nobody was looking, nobody was checking, nobody was aware of the welfare of a friend? You mean nobody was looking for this brother for a week until his body was just found? And the fact that it was found me if I guess for me it's the fact that this particular smell that was emanating from the room from the condo, had it not been emanating from the condo, or you didn't smell anything, or the construction workers didn't find the body, you mean to tell me that he could have been in that condo for an extended period of time and nobody would have known? Gentlemen, I don't know about you, but that seems a bit sketchy at best to me. Now, we talked briefly about this in the live stream yesterday in the Q&A. I brought up an article, I read it out loud. We talked about it a little bit. And then shout out to my big brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all know big bro over there. He actually did a video on it as well earlier today, and I had no idea he was even going to touch on it, because you really don't think that those particular topics or topics of interest are going to come up and come out, especially on my boy's channel. So I appreciate him definitely sharing that particular video, and it really did inspire me to really talk about what's going on in the Philippines as we speak. Man, is there a clear and present danger for us as foreigners traveling to the Philippines, or is it just a loner's mentality? Now, I want to lock in first on the loner's mentality. Do I have a lot of friends in the Philippines? No. Do I have a lot of acquaintances in the Philippines? Yes. Outside of my young lady, I can tell you right now, unless we are dealing with our couple friends, basically those that are also in relationships and we go out on group dates and stuff like that, likely I'm not hanging with nobody, right? I keep to myself. It's always been that way, right? But even when my father, was living back home in the United States or overseas doing his government contract work, or when my brother moved back home and it was basically just me by myself, I still got checked in on all the time. I mean, my father, he gonna call me probably once every few days or so. He gonna be like, "Yo, um, where you at?" Now, my dad, it's a good thing because my dad, he always knew where I lived. He know where I lived at and everything. So he already knew where to find me if he came back home or had to come back home for an emergency, right? So there was always somebody to check in on me, even though I was pretty much a standoffish type of guy, somewhat introverted. And, I had my young lady, of course, but even when I didn't have my young lady, my dad was calling at least every couple of days or so, right? Same with my mom's, right? My mom's, she said, I got to hear from you every week. I don't give a fuck what's going on, especially when you're by yourself. That's just me being the youngest son and, just that baby mentality. I mean, my mom took care of me as well, right? So there was always somebody to look out for me, and it was usually family, right? But it can be very, very difficult, y'all, to live a lifestyle abroad devoid of all relationships and or connections with people back home. A lot of people leave the United States and say, F all of y'all. I don't give a crap if I see any of y'all again. I don't care. Going to the Philippines, don't look for me. Don't call for me because I ain't messing with y'all. Y'all ain't messing with me. Some people have that mentality, y'all. Some people have the mentality wherein they are completely cutting themselves off of any type of communication and connection with people back from home. Maybe they didn't have the greatest of relationships with their family or their relatives or whatever, so they could care less whether they hear from these people or not, right? That's just basically the context of the loner mentality. I don't need anybody. Just let me have my nice little 18-year-old, 19-year-old Filipina, somebody I can cool, get my rocks off with and have my little fun with. And, I'm going to live my best life. But I don't know where this comes from, where you will literally cut yourself off from everybody but talk to nobody. Like, you don't develop new friendships or new relationships. You're just about, people in my life have done me wrong. I don't care. I don't want to be around anybody. Everybody who comes into my life is temporary. I'm not looking for any friends, whatever, whatever. Yes, you have people like that. And also, I'm sorry, outside of my young lady, I also had my friend Ali until he left the Philippines. But yo, we may have text every day, but that was because we were supposed to see each other every day because we were classmates, right? So, that's a little bit different. But if you think about the older travelers, the ones that are just there to either vacation or there for, long term, but you're just there to have fun. You're not really there to really connect with anybody or connect with the culture or anything like that. You're just another foreigner in the Philippines, trying to make the dollar stretch or whatever it may be. Now it's like you're just being a loner and you're not going to have a lot of friends if that's by choice. If something happens to you, and who's going to report that you got something going on? Who's going to look out for you? Who's going to come for you? For all we know, and I pray that it was natural causes, ladies and gentlemen, I pray there was no foulness or no wrongdoing in the case, but it's still being investigated. But in reality, I'm praying that it was just natural causes, right? I know it sounds crazy, but I'm praying for like a heart attack or something. I'm praying for something of natural causes, nothing that was caused by anybody else, because then we have to discuss the clear and present danger that could potentially exist for us as foreigners. Now, In my live stream yesterday, we were as candid can be. If you haven't checked it out, I never deleted this particular live stream, so you can go ahead and check it out. But in that particular live stream, I talked about it. I said, if something's going to happen to a foreigner, it will likely happen to a Caucasian foreigner before it happens to a black foreigner. Right? I said that shit. I said it, and I meant it. If somebody's going to try to attack, if somebody's going to try to come after, I really feel like they would come after the Caucasian foreigner before they look at somebody like me. Right? But then again, let's talk about it. There are mitigating circumstances and variables in this particular situation that could kind of, make that particular situation different. As we all know, Keith Martin was a celebrity of sorts. Let me go ahead and just say he was a celebrity. The man made music. His love ballads, man, they were sung by many different Filipino artists in the country, right? Except when he was making his own music, his love ballads and the compositions he was doing for others probably supported his lifestyle abroad, right? I don't know how much they paid this man for his love ballads. Quite frankly, I don't care. The brother was making money, the brother was doing his thing, and damn it, I believe he was living his best life. Now, as a result of that, people know Keith Martin when they see him. Keith Martin, in my mind, in the Philippines, is one of the ultimate celebrities. Because he is somewhat an ultimate celebrity in the Philippines, that could have made him a target, right? That could have made him somebody that somebody would be looking to try to come up off of, right? It's a potential. Like I said, they're still investigating the situation, so everything that I'm saying is speculative at best. But as a foreigner, we have to have this conversation because, again, we may not have nowhere near as much money as Keith Martin did, but that doesn't mean that we are not susceptible to the same thing. And also, outside of Keith Martin, there was another brother in the Philippines that was popular, and I really don't know where he is right now. His name is Luke Margera, and I know I'm saying that wrong. His name was Luke. I think it was Luke Margera. I think he might have been half black and Filipino. I can't even remember. Don't even know how to spell this man's name. My bad. But there was also another brother that was also popular when I first got there. His name was Luke Margera. I know it's a long time since I heard his name. Don't shoot me for not getting it right. But guys, I do believe that we can all learn from this particular situation based on the simple fact that we definitely have to be careful of who we choose to keep company with. But aside from that, we also got to have people that we can trust and rely on to check in on us, right? If something happens to you in the Philippines and nobody's checking for you, you could be dead for a whole fucking year before somebody finds out, right? Can you imagine that you can be gone, yeeted, devoid of all life? You are no longer amongst the living for a whole year. Nobody knows it because you cut everybody off around you. Loner mentality, ladies and gentlemen. I understand why we have it, but we have to have people that we can check in on or people that can check in on us. Because if we don't, we're nothing more than I hate to say it, but you're damn near just a sitting duck in the Philippines, man. You're just, I mean, it's just it's inevitable. Something happens to you, nobody will even know or even be able to care. People wouldn't even know where to send your body. And trust me, when Filipinos don't know where the body's going, or there's nobody to pay to get you, or somebody to come get you and or see you, what you think they're gonna do with your body? You think they're gonna take care of you in death? No. Gonna put your ass in their morgue and call it a day, probably. I just want us to be able to understand what is before us. I want us to be able to understand the potential issues, problems, dangers, all of the above that could exist for us as foreigners traveling to a place like the Philippines. Does it happen often? I don't think so at all. But can it happen? Yes, it can fucking happen. So I want us to at least be able to have that particular conversation. I want us to be comfortable with that particular conversation. And I do believe that we all need to have somebody that can call us and look out for us, even if they're halfway around the world. You got to have a partner. We call it a connectivity partner, whatever you want to call it. You got to have somebody that you can call, somebody that will check in on you, somebody that be like, yo, you good? Yeah, man, I'm good. I'll call you next week. Same time. I bet. That's it. That's all you need. Somebody to check in on you. Right? Somebody that can reach out to you via social media, man. It doesn't have to be a phone call, an Instagram message or a Facebook message or, everybody has a distinct way of typing and or writing their messages, shorthand, longhand, or whatever. So you probably know when you're talking to your people because maybe y'all got certain slang terms or words and stuff that you use, whatever. So you'll know that you're talking to who you're talking to as a result of that. But you gotta have somebody that you can reach out to. I don't care if it's once a week. Like I said, man, a quick call. Yo, you good? I'm good. All right, man. Call you next week. Appreciate it. I'm out. Or if you know that you're going to go on a vacation or go to a place where and you're going to have bad internet reception, at least let them know where you're going, right? At least let them say, yo, man, I'm probably going to be out in the bookies. I'm probably going to be out in the area where it's not, where the internet's not good or whatever. I'm going to be in this particular area for this particular time. I'll reach out to you when I get back, right? So you have a certain amount of days. They're gonna be going for 5 days, 10 days, or whatever type of vacation or getaway they want to do for themselves to shut off. If they ain't reached out to you 2 or 3 days upon the time that they said that they was coming back, you might want to at least figure it out, or at least be able to you have to have people that will at least be able to make the necessary decisions needed should something go wrong, right? We all have to have somebody, right? We just all have to. All right. But again, man, we got 18 in the building, man. 11 likes. I appreciate y'all locking in. Y'all make sure y'all get the likes up, man. Y'all know the rules. Make sure you caress, molest, and distress yourself all over that like button. It wants it, it needs it, most definitely has to have it. If you guys want to support in any capacity, good doc, we fuck with you heavy over here in the Dr. Mike TV channel. If you want to support in any capacity, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, we happy and blessed y'all choose to come through, spend a little bit of time with the boy today. Now and then. If you don't feel like super chatting, hey, there's a Cash App and a PayPal link in the description area below. All right. My man Kane, what's up, man? You did tap in early this time, my brother. What's good, my brother, Mr. Diaz? Appreciate you locking in. You heard about it from Bobby D. So Bobby D did talk about Keith Martin as well. I mean, I'm surprised not a lot of people have really locked in on it, but then again, I shouldn't be surprised, right? Pedro, what's up, man? He said Rob was good friends with Keith Martin. I think Rob worked with him in some of his music stuff. So even my boy Rob knows about him. See, like I said, it's sad and unfortunate that this is where we are in this particular situation. That a man was gone for a whole entire week and nobody knew. That's my concern. Was it a cover up? It doesn't seem like it. Because if it was a cover up, his body wouldn't have been found at least, or it would have been underneath a bed or something. I don't know. It wouldn't have. I don't know, man. So I want to believe it was natural causes. That's what I'm gonna stick with. But then again, some when the news comes out, it may be something different. Shout out to my brother Robert. What's up, man? Daniel Tanner. Appreciate you locking in. My man says, "Hey Doc, he didn't pay. He didn't have to pay rent." Um, you know what? That's a great question. Now, in fairness, it was only a week's time, right? So maybe he had already paid it. Maybe payments were automatic. Maybe he did like my dad does and he pays a whole year in advance. Who knows? Like, there are probably different reasons why, but I'm pretty sure other bills were probably mounting or other bills were coming up as due maybe. I'm not sure about the time frame of when it particularly happened, if it was around the time where people are looking to collect. I didn't know about that particular aspect of the story because I wasn't divulged. But what we do know is that a brother was gone for about a week and ain't nobody said nothing. Like nobody said anything. Man, nobody was looking, nobody was checking. Is it the loner's mentality? Was it the fact that they thought he was with a particular young lady? So apparently his life was good, or nobody needed to check in on him because he had somebody with him. There's a lot going on. I even saw a question that said, where's the girlfriend at, or what happened to the girlfriend? As far as I know, there hasn't been any information divulged about her as well, right? So it's all up in the air as we speak. Now, maybe as of the time that I'm doing this particular video, more information is coming out, more information is being pumped out, but they're very, very sketchy and skittish and very limited with the information that has come out about the brother so far. So we'll just have to wait and see. Tim H, appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man. A lot of people, man, they close the door on everybody from their past. And as a result, guess what? I don't care to see none of y'all. Don't look for me. I ain't looking for you. I mean, it could be for a bunch of different reasons. Sometimes we cut people off because they were always users and abusers. So you never want to deal with them anyways. But again, it's you can even call it an accountability partner. I don't care what you call it. All I know is that we gotta have somebody, right? It's gotta be somebody for us. Because if not, if nobody's checking for us, if we can't look out for ourselves, I'm telling you, man, who knows what could potentially happen. And I don't want anything bad to happen to any of my brothers. Y'all know better than that. None of my foreigners do I want anything bad to happen, you know? And Keith Martin, if we're going to keep it a buck and a half, man, if we're really going to keep it as real as possible, 55 is not a young age. It's not an old age, but 55 is not a young age. I mean, with all due respect, man, I mean, I would hope that all of my brothers are in the best health that they possibly can be in. But if I'm keeping it real and I'm looking at the people that are in my life that are around the age of 55, they have their fair share of health issues. I mean, health issues do exist, right? That's the truth. As we get older, we are likely to deal with health issues. Now, to my brothers who eat clean and are super healthy and they take care of their bodies, they don't put anything bad in their bodies, they do right, they drink their certain amount of water, they exercise like they need to. Okay, maybe you guys are the epitome of what we should all strive to be at the age of 55, right? But if we're being honest, 55 is an age where health complications can exist. We don't know if he had prior health issues, if that was a problem, or if that was something that was debilitating. We don't know that. Keith Martin, although he was a public figure, again, he was not very public. You know, he was the composer behind the scenes, making making it work, making the ballads, doing the compositions. Most of the time, you can see a composer by himself, putting the music, jotting it down on the paper, then maybe doing some collaborative efforts, and then keeping it pushing, right? So it's not as if he's in an industry where he would be exposed to and or dealing with people on probably a consistent basis. He should be because of the industry that he worked in. But sometimes, man, you leave composers to themselves to come up with the songs, man, and then you check back in. My thing is nobody was checking back in. That's what blows my mind, yo. The older we get, the less friends we have. That's true, man. It's lonely at the top. Whatever the top is for you, sometimes it's lonely there. Sometimes you don't really have a lot of friends. Sometimes you don't care to have a lot of friends, right? Anyways, we got 19, 20 of you guys in the building. If you have not dropped your like yet, please make sure you drop your like, man. Everybody knows it helps the algorithm, and all that good stuff, man. I'd appreciate it. Again, if y'all want to support, please feel free to do so. But like I said, man, happy and blessed y'all come through and spend some time to politic with Doc, man. I want to hear what you guys got to say. All right. He says some have been burned so bad by those close to them, it leads to that, sadly. Exactly. When you've been burned by people in your lives and you completely want to, like I said, avoid yourself of any type of contact in a relationship with certain people, it is sad that it had to get to that point. But what we also have to understand is our lives mean something to somebody. That's the crazy part. A lot of people may not believe it, but our life means something to somebody, right? Somebody cares out there somewhere. It may not be somebody in your immediate inner circle, or I mean, not in your inner circle, but like your relatives or your family. It may not be family, but somebody out there gives a shit about you, and I need you to understand that. Even if nobody gives a shit about you, I care about you, right? I care about how you go, like what's going on. I mean, I genuinely care because I never want anybody to ever feel like they got to be just this lonely person that doesn't have nobody to talk to. Although the lifestyle makes it easier for you not to be taken advantage of, we still have to think about it. Damn, bro, you just want to be like that for real, for real? Like you don't want to be, you don't want no friends, you don't want to have nobody, no acquaintances, nobody to kick it with. That's a hard life to live. I don't care who you are, even if you chose that life, that can be a hard life to live. It's a lonely. You remember the song "One is the loneliest number we'll ever know"? I don't want to sing it, but y'all know what it is. One is the loneliest number that you is it ever see or see? Yeah, some shit like that. I like that song, but it's so true, man. It's lonely, and I don't feel like the loner's mentality is the way to go, especially when you're abroad. The loner's mentality cannot be the effective way to navigate and move abroad, dude. Anything can happen at any given moment in time, and ain't nobody gonna know. That is probably the scariest thing in my mind. Something happening and nobody knows, man. That shit fucking scares me. I don't, like I said, we there's no real information that I've read so far that talks about the girlfriend. My man said I saw it in an obituary and it said heart attack. Not sure how true that is. Like I said, I'm cool with natural causes, but then again, Earl Owens, my boy, all the way from Tacoma, Washington. Let's talk about it, man. What's written on the obituary may not actually be what happened. You see, I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist out there and say, oh, it's a cover up, but how do we know it's not a cover up? How do we know that it something else, but they just went on ahead and wanted us to believe that it was a heart attack and a heart attack alone? Again, it's the Philippines, man. You can pay anybody to write something. You can pay the mortuary people to put whatever you want on the obituary. Shit, who the fuck gonna do? What are they gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Exhume the body and do more further investigation? It's the Philippines, bro. They ain't about to waste all that time, effort, and energy on that shit. They not. They'll probably cremate them, with all due respect. Like I said, some people want to be cremated, some people don't. They could cremate them for all we know. Maybe they did, maybe they did not. I'm not sure. But like I said, man, I'm not the conspiracy theorist type. But hey, man, just because they said it, don't mean that how it went down. That's all I'm gonna say. Doesn't necessarily equate all the time. All right. He said, had family members pass away just like that, was there for a month before we realized it. That's sad, man. That's sad. That's fucking sad, bro. That your whole family member passed away for a month, 2 months, 6 months, 3 months, and ain't nobody even bothered to check in. Nobody came through. Yo, it is sad though, because what tends to happen is that it seems to come out in passing or a very passive conversation about it. Like, oh, you heard so and so died. What? For real? So and so died? Damn, bro. We was just talking like about 2, 3 months ago about this, that, and the other. Now they dead. Damn, bro. And then that's where it is, right? And it's sad that this person was gone for a significant period of time before anybody realized that they were actually gone. To me, that just shows that you really don't have anybody around you that cares about you, bro. And to be honest with you, that shit makes me sad. Like, I can't imagine not having anybody that don't care about me. I mean, I'm not out here looking for people to like me. I don't give a fuck. But I can't imagine in my life, in my real life, being around people who genuinely don't give a fuck about my well-being. It would be a sad, bad thought to fathom, bro. It would be sad as hell. Like, yo, these people just around me to use me. Or, it's different when you can tell that they're using you, but the fact that nobody cares that about your health or your well-being. Nobody says, yo, bro, maybe you need to cut back on drinking energy drinks, man. That shit bad for your heart. And I'm only saying that because I'm actually drinking an energy drink. Mm. Or somebody saying, bro, man, you need to cut back on that food, man. Let's go to the gym or something. Like somebody who's genuinely trying to say and or tell you things to help prolong your life, right? In that particular sense. It would suck at the base level you wouldn't have nobody in your life like that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, even if nobody else gives a fuck about you, Doc cares, right? You want to know why I care? You want to know the true reason why I care, bro? My channel way too damn small, y'all. Look, if one of y'all leave, man, my whole channel gonna collapse. Yo, man, if two of y'all going, man, my whole channel gonna go to shit, y'all. Y'all know I don't have that many people watching me anyways. You know I don't have nobody supporting me anyways. If I lose one or two of y'all, man, my channel gonna go belly up, man. I ain't gonna have nobody looking at me, man. Gonna be like 0 people in the stream. I'm gonna be here talking to myself anyways and shit. Anyways, yo, 23 in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all drop your likes. But that's how I feel, man. Gotta care about those, man. Jeffrey says, I like traveling for the purpose of not being able to get a hold of, oh, not being able to get a hold of if I disappear forever. Oh, well, it's always been that way, I thought. Maybe if you're okay with it, that's fine, but you have to understand somebody out there got to give a fuck about you, right? So you got to be able to just a check in, bro, once a month, man. Once a month. Just check in, man. Shit. Once a month. Yo, not I mean fuck, not once a month. That sounds crazy. But once a week, man. Every Monday, 9 o'clock. Yo, you good? I'm good. All right. Next week, Monday. Got you. Got you. Bye. Conversation can take a total of 15 seconds. Less. Right? But if you feel like that's the lifestyle for you, it is what it is, man. The situation with Keith Martin is still, as far as we know, not there hasn't been anything that came out. Maybe something's come out recently, but some people believe it was a heart attack. I'm praying it was natural causes. I'm praying there's no suspiciousness around it, but we just don't know. My man said no business partner, manager, or assistant. Well, yeah, I don't think you want those. Are you telling me that you don't want those people to have access to you or be your contact person? Or you're saying, yeah, you do. Just trying to check. I always tell 3 or 4 folks when I'm traveling. There you go. Have a diversified group of people. Because the way that I've noticed is I don't mind telling people I travel. Right? Yeah, I'm going somewhere. Where you going? Oh, I'm gonna go to the Philippines. Word, what city? Man, I'm planning on traveling around, but these are the cities that I'm considering. I don't mind letting people know. It ain't like they gonna know where the fuck I'm at a given moment in time unless I tell them. But that's the point. It's always good to know that if somebody need to call somebody in the Philippines or make some calls, that I'm just looking for my friend. He's a foreigner. He was traveling to the Philippines. I haven't heard about him. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Philippines loves a sensationalized story, y'all. Y'all know that. Philippines love a good story. A missing foreigner in the Philippines, bro. You're gonna be front page news. Big facts, right? Usually they like it when foreigners are caught up in scandals and shit, but we'll settle for a missing foreigner, right? Anything dealing with foreigners, you're gonna probably make the GMA news, man, the TV5 news, man, the ABS CBN news. So if somebody calls and say, "Hey man, ain't seen my boy in a minute," I got you, pivot. We'll figure it out, man. Shout out to my man responding. What's up with you, bro? He said, "I agree. After 37, you're no longer younger." All right, man. Yo, 50, 55, man. Like I said, man. Like I said, we ain't no spring chickens, bruh. Like I said, some people have defined, what do you call it? They've defined ageism or whatever the fuck that man may be. I don't know, man. All right. You've defined the laws of gravity or some shit, but if we're talking about it in a realistic sense, man, 55, man, you do at least I'm gonna keep it real. At least when it comes to my brothers, man, at least when it comes to black folk, man, about 55, man, I ain't gonna cap. We be out there fucking sounding like we got tic tacs in our pockets and shit, but it be our pill potatoes just walking around fucking all types of pills and shit. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just thinking about my dad and my mom and stuff at the age of 50 and 55, and I see the medications they take, man. I'm like, damn, bro, I can't have that be my future. I think that's why me and my brother be scared as hell. You don't want to have to deal with the issues that your parents deal with, even though a lot of what's going on in the family, I don't want to say it's hereditary, but you do know that there's a high percentage chance you can get it if you don't act right or do right. So like I said, man, at certain ages, man, we got to start getting right and taking care of ourselves. All right. Yo, 22 in the building, 20 likes. I see you. I see you, big dog. Appreciate y'all logging in. My man says my buddy died at 55. He had diabetes type 2. No, had diabetes, 2 failed marriages, and child support. Bro, that is a horrible way to go. Right? I mean, unless he was just like, forget all y'all, I'm going, and he went out like he wanted to, like an OG or something, that different, man. I can't go out with that type of lifestyle. That shit sounds horrible. Very, very bad. Just my man says, "Welcome to the Hotel California. It's such a lonely place." I love that song too, man. He said, "That's why I like watching you, Doc." He said, "You care about your subscribers, bro. I told you. I love my subscribers, man. I lose two of y'all, my channel's done. Bro, two of y'all is gone. Doc ain't got no channel no more, man. I might as well hang it up. That's why every time two of y'all show up, I might what? We got 20 in the building, 22 in the building right now. If two of y'all left, man, my channel about to fail. Yeah, my channel going belly up, man. I can't afford it, man. Cannot afford it. He says, yeah, I worked in music studio nights, and as a digital nomad, I recommend everyone get one or two travel connects to update with on basics like culture. It don't take much, man. Just a couple. He said also if he staged it like a wheel slapper, Chris Rock would be pretty wild too. A good way to leave it all behind, go off and live your day in quiet, peace and tranquility. Eh? He said, Doc, you could create me. It's okay. I think I misinterpreted that. Did you say create that? I don't know, man. You got maybe I'm missing what you said, my boy. I'm sorry. He said, Doc in the hood, if we don't see you, we think you got locked up. That shit is true though, bro. If we don't see you on the street for about 2 days, man, they be like, yo, damn. Oh, buddy, jail. But usually, if somebody did get shot or somebody died in the neighborhood or the hood, perhaps, man, you kind of know about it. It's like, yo, you heard what happened to so and so? Damn, old buddy got hit. Like, unless you like, unfortunately, unless you're like people who are on drugs or something, and y'all go to these crack houses and shit, and something happened to you in the crack house, you just OD or some shit. People may not find you then. Well, actually, people will find you, but if you OD, man, people gonna run away from that shit. Ain't nobody gonna try to help you. Shit, we all got drugs on us or drugs in us. Oh hell no, Karen. We all gotta go, and that's the sad part. People you do these types of illegal or illicit activities with, man, they just fucking leave you dead. Like that shit's sad, man. It's a sad, sad way to go, man. Going out alone is a sad way to go. All right, that's the way I feel. Shout out to my man Marquise. I know you like to travel alone, family. I know you don't give a fuck, but at least gotta have somebody check in on you. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be real, Pimp Juice. Hey, y'all leave, I'm done. I ain't begging you to stay, but damn. My man said energy drink at 9:12 p.m. You might have a problem with them, Doc. Yeah, man, it's an issue. But I only do it when I'm doing live shows. That's it. I only drink when I'm doing my live shows, bro. Mm. I don't know, man. It just feels good to sleep, to fucking sip on one. Is it bad? It truly is. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. My man said, "Shit, I'm 60. I ain't ready to die. Ain't none of us ready to go, bro. I'm telling you right now. I ain't even looking at the word death right now. So we gotta make sure that we do better by ourselves. We gotta make sure we do better for ourselves by ourselves. Like I said, man. I got one more in the refrigerator, man. And after I drink that last one, I think the good doc's gonna go ahead and just call it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and just chill off of those things for a while. Take about a week off, kind of wean myself off of it a little bit because I don't drink them. Lately I've been drinking at least one a day. That's tough. That was probably for about the last week or so, at least average one a day. But before that, it's maybe once or twice a week. So I'm gonna have to figure it out, man. My man said, "Hey, Green Newbie, what's up, man?" He says, "I've lost good friends due to accidents, suicide, medical problems, all through the 30s, 40s, and 50s. It's eye-opening and self-reflective. Absolutely, absolutely, man. And I think see, the thing is, I think what really gets us is the fact that a lot of the people around us are dying, like you said, around whatever age you are at that particular moment, right? So if you have a friend that died while y'all were in your 30s, you're thinking, damn, bro, how did he, like, damn, he was only in his 30s, man. Like, he had his whole life ahead of him, right? That's the thought process for a lot of us, right? You lose them in their 40s, man. You're like, damn, bro, he was just starting to reach his stride or something, and it was just starting to work out for him. Damn, that's crazy. In the 50s, I'm not even gonna say that you're like a little less shocked by the fact that maybe a friend passed away, but it won't hit you as hard as when you're in your 30s or your 40s, right? When somebody passes away. Like if I had a friend of mine that passed away in their 30s or in their 30s, I'd be like, man, I wouldn't be able to imagine it, right? Wouldn't be able to imagine it. But if you think about it, let's say you had a friend that passed away. Like I had a friend that passed away out of high school. How can I say this? We had just graduated from high school, and then and then like he went to go work on a fishing boat, I think. And then after that, that man he passed away on the boat, and it's sad. Give me a second, guys. I think my internet might be janky. Can y'all even hear me? My internet might be funky. Hey, yo, press one if I'm still coming through loud and clear, because it looks like my internet shut off on me, and I gotta make sure that we're good. All right, guys, my bad. Yo, press one in the chat if you can hear me. My bad, guys. I think my internet dropped on me. My bad. My bizad. That's on me. Doc tripping. Sorry. Yeah, I'll be all right. We back. We back. We back. Anyways, let me make sure I get through the comment section. All right. If I can be heard, we good. We good. We good. All right. Reading comments, man. He said you don't want to get got out there in the province only to be found roasted like a lechon. That I agree with, sir. That is scary. That would be a scary thought. You said he was famous and had no associates. Yeah, that makes no sense. How do you not have business partners, assistants? Yeah, bro, 100%, man. That's just crazy. Crazy as hell to think. Quick sidebar, not to change the topic, but did you hear about Anthony Anderson getting finessed out of that lifelong bread? His wife just grabbed. Oh, I saw the story. I didn't read it yet. I didn't know what he got, but Anthony Anderson, man, that's on you, bro. He said you represent with that T-shirt. He said I'm in Charlotte now. Hopefully, I should be back in the Philippines in November. Yeah, man. Shout out to all my brothers out there in Charlotte, North Carolina, out there, the Queen City, Charlotte Mecklenburg area, school system and whatnot. Woo woo. He said maybe he was a loner because he didn't want to be associated with his past fame. That's true. A lot of people don't want to be known for what they used to do. Some people want to go about living regular lives, but I kind of felt as though, damn, man, you don't want to be like, you don't want to. I mean, well, I kind of feel like the composition and doing the composing and all of that stuff, I kind of felt like that was his bread and butter. Like that was his shit. Like that was what got him through the year. You know, that's what paid his salaries or paid his bills. But maybe I don't know. He said you got to take care of yourself. He said I go to the gym 3 times a week, 1.5 hour workout. It's up to you, and it's definitely your choice. True. He said the 2 subscriber leave doc will resort to Walking Street videos. Mr. Diaz, you know my rule, bro. You know my rule. I told y'all. And I keep saying this, but nobody believes me. And I want you to hear me when I say this because I'm as honest as I possibly can be when I say this. The good doc is going to retire his YouTube channel, and I'm going out in style. The last video that I will ever post will be the good doc reporting from Walking Street, Angeles, Angeles City. That's my last video. If I can end my channel the way that I want to, my sayonara, my swan song, my farewell to the YouTube is gonna come via a Walking Street video, right? Because I always told myself, man, if I ever run out of useful content, if I ever run out of things to say, if there's nothing else for me to do with this Philippines YouTube channel, I'm going to Walking Street. I'm gonna film Walking Street. I'm gonna sit down probably at one of those tables outside of one of those bars with my camera in hand, and I'm probably gonna say my goodbyes. I'm gonna send my swan songs. I'm gonna shout out to all my supporters. Like I said, bro, it only takes two, man. Two of y'all leave, I'm done. I'm going. I'm going to Walking Street, bro. Channel gonna collapse, man. Whole channel about to fall apart. Guess what? It's been real. You know, I'm gonna sign off the exact same way I sign off in all my videos. It has been fun. It has been real. But you know what? Time for the good night to go and get the getting. And I'm fading to black, bitch. I've already figured it out. I told y'all when my channel is done, all y'all ain't even gonna get the y'all not gonna get the ending like you used to, right? That you guys may be used to. I'ma probably say, y'all know what time it is? Time for the good night to go and get the getting. I ain't even gonna give you the rest of it. That's probably where we're gonna fade to black. It's gonna say the end or some shit. Or Fin, Fin. You know, like I'm doing one of those Cannes Film Festival type shits. I'm trying to look all fancy and whatnot. I'm not even gonna say the end. I'm just gonna say Fin, Fin. Yeah, you know Doc's educated, but yeah, man, I've thought about my way out a lot, right? And that's kind of sad. Mm. Kane, although it does bring in new viewers, the funny thing is I've always told my subscribers that's my way out. That's my last videos. I've always told them if I ever run out of shit to do or shit to say, I'm doing Walking Street videos. I'll probably give you like 3 of them bitches and I'm out. That's why I always talk about if ever my channel ends or if I have nothing else to say, that's what I'm gonna do. If you think you're lonely now, wait until the night, girl. That's funny as hell. But that's kind of fucked up, and it does seem to fit the situation. Shout out to Chosen One. What's up, man? He said, so I shouldn't be eating this pork chop right now. Earl Owens, bro, eat that damn pork chop, man. Enjoy it. Let's not overconsume pork chops, right? Let's not eat a lot of them shits, just a couple every now and again. Mm. My man said you drinking energy drinks remind me of Germans drinking coffee at dinner. I'm weird like that. I only drink on social occasions, weekend and weekdays. That's a good way to take care of your body, man, for sure. I've laid off the energy drinks lately. One day that's $90 a month, around 1,000 a year. That's crazy, man. And if you do think about how much money you spend on energy drinks, man, you will probably be flabbergasted and appalled at how much money you actually fucking spend on that stuff. So yeah, man, I'm cutting back too, man. I think, like I said, I got one more left in the fridge. I'm gonna probably top that one off first thing in the morning. I know that sounds crazy, man. Just to get myself up for work. I know it's stupid as hell, man. I'm gonna top this one off tonight. First thing in the morning, knock out another one, and I'm done. That's my last one. I'm gonna hold myself responsible for that, right? Because there are people who have been in my life that said, "Yo, Doc, you need to lay off that shit." So there is somebody around me who actually cares. Excuse me. So you just gotta take stuff like that into consideration. That's all. Again, man, we got a couple in the building, man. I think I lost a lot of y'all, but it's all good, man. I appreciate y'all locking in. If you haven't already dropped your like, make sure you drop that like. Y'all know the rules, man. Make sure y'all caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. It wants and needs and most definitely has to have it. Again, if you guys want to support in any capacity, support my bad habit of drinking energy drinks, whatever. Or if you just genuinely enjoy the content, man, Doc, we fuck with you. Please feel free to support, man. But like I said, man, we happy and blessed. Y'all come through and you are able to participate with the good Doc. Now you on. He said, if you're trying to live a long time in the Philippines, if you're trying to live a long time, Philippines is not the optimal place. Bad food, pollution, drinking, and humping. That's my whole life. At least you're honest, sir. At least you're honest. I would hope that you would want to get around a little more, but then again, we have some people who are perfectly okay with that particular lifestyle. Is it the healthiest? No, it is not the healthiest, but it's a lifestyle nonetheless, man. Lifestyle nonetheless. All right, sorry, man. That was Doc checking out, man. My internet got fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. The live stream is still here. He said Will Smith slapped my internet. Will Smith. I'm not going into that one, man. That shit was just too much. He said, Doc, what you got to do? He said, we waiting for you. No, oh man, my internet was fucked up, bro. I had to reconnect. My shit was connecting to my internet connected to a completely different internet while I was in the middle of a live stream. That made no sense. My man said Doc now has to edit this video, so that's what the energy drink was for. Mr. Diaz, you tripping, bro? You think I'm gonna edit that shit? If it goes dark and people don't know to skip forward because there's more video left, then that's on them, bro. I can't. Hey, man, I ain't gonna do your job for you. You know how to skip forward. It's only like 2 minutes, man. Chill. I'm not editing anything, bro. That's the problem with me. I should probably do more edits. People might think I'm fancy. I just post and go, man. Anything that's on my mind, talk about it. We keep it pushing. He said, when a person retires young, they have to learn how to do things alone. Over time, a person becomes comfortable with it. True. He said he was burnt out, maybe. Crypto for early retirement. Yo, man, shout out to all my crypto brethren out there. Shout out to all my crypto brothers, man, because I'm telling you as we speak, crypto gonna retire me. It's either gonna retire me or it's gonna cripple me. And by the way, not to toot my own horn or not to get all excited and shit, but I don't know if you heard, Coinbase.com is now doing staking for Cardano, and y'all know how I feel about Cardano. So now I'm getting free Cardano for just holding Cardano and Coinbase.com. So that was pretty much the highlight of my day. We're talking 3.75% annual percentage yearly or annual percentage yield. Sorry, 3.75, man. I'm gonna take that because that's free money. That's free Cardano just for holding it. Oh yeah, man. So I'm happy that they started staking Cardano over there on the Coinbase app. So big shout out to Coinbase for that. That was the highlight of my week, weekend or week. Yeah, like Friday. I think I heard about it. He said you need to check in before you come to AC. You just can't stroll up like that. He said I'm from the city. Oh, I gotta pay. I gotta pay the premium to just make my videos, man. What? He said, talk to Mike, who you have on the Duke North Carolina game. He said, that's a tough one, ain't it? He said, please call me super crazy there for the game live broadcast. I'm a UNC fan, yo. Big UNC fan. Big UNC fan. I am a Tar Heel to my soul. I don't fuck with Duke. Let me stop playing. I don't have nothing against Duke, but I'm a Tar Heel fan. I actually took bets again. I'm betting on UNC to take the victory. I lost the Super Bowl bet, as most of y'all know. The Natty didn't take it, but it's all good. I know I'm not gonna get my money back. I bet one of my homeboys a quick 20 that UNC was gonna take this one. But I hope I don't lose to him. But then again, I'm like, fuck it. I really don't care. I just like the action. Quick $20. It ain't nothing. If anybody else want to take me up on it, I will, but I'm not going over 20. So my boy took Duke. I took UNC, and anybody else who wants to take Duke over UNC, we'll go for it. UNC is ranked higher. I think they're 2, and I think UNC is 8. The game is to be played on April 2nd. I'm not sure the time. I'm not watching the game. I'm just going to catch the highlights. But we are big UNC fans over here. Like that, when you ask me, I will tell you my blood bleeds Carolina blue, bro. That's life right there. So it is what it is. I just always fell in love with the color. But yeah, that game's gonna be crazy, man. That game's gonna be wild as hell, man. I don't want to watch it, but I want to watch it. We'll see. But shout out to all of my Duke fans, y'all good. He said your last video will end that score. He said your last video will end that scoreboards. There you go, scoreboards and scoreboards. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna fade to black, man. Mr. Diaz, I figured it all out, Pippin. It's all figured out. That fade to black moment where it's like, you reminisce on all the good times and shit. It's gonna be the swan song or some shit playing in the background, some very sad, melancholy music and shit. I'm done. I'm gonna probably shed a tear, man, and then right off in the sunset, man. That's how dumb I am, bro. That's my life. I've already figured out how I was gonna end this bitch. I'm talking about the channel, not my life. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I clarify, because some people think, okay, y'all already know I'm not all there, so let me make sure I clarify. He said, when you start doing Walker Street videos, get a bar girl to give you a tour. Yeah, man. If I'm gonna end it on a good note, man. Hoes, all types of shit, man. I'm gonna have girls in the background, bitches all over me and shit. The whole. I'm gonna go out like a G. Y'all gonna be wondering what happened to him, huh? I'm. Y'all gonna feel like what happened to him? He said, I hate Duke's coach, Mike Krzyzewski. I don't talk about him very much, man. He was the NBA Team USA coach, man. I don't really got anything against him. And let me stop though, because I don't want anybody to think that I have such a hatred for Duke. I just don't fuck with Duke. I'm a UNC guy. That's it. That's all I can say. It's UNC to the day that I die. That's it. He said, and then see, you're either Duke or Carolina. He said, and you have to choose a side. Yes, sir. There is, hey, I remember one time, this is the truth. I've seen relationships fall apart over a Duke and Carolina rivalry. I've seen relationships fall apart. I'm talking about whole marriages. I've seen boyfriends and girlfriends break up because they can't agree on what team is better, right? But this is the cold part right here. This is the shit that had me laughing. I remember one time we walked. There was this girl from out of town, right? She wasn't even from around here. We asked her, are you a Duke fan? We didn't know, but we were like, are you a Duke fan or a UNC Carolina fan? This motherfucker had the audacity to say NC State. I said, are you high? I'm like, hold up now. I know we got NC State, and I also know we got Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons. But nobody give a fuck about them. You either Carolina or you're Duke. Don't say no NC State. Don't say no Wake Forest. Like, that should get you booted out the room quick. Like, the disrespect. That would be the only time that Duke fans and Carolina fans will basically get along to kick out anybody who doesn't know how to pick a side. That's facts. This rivalry is legit, and you only know it if you've ever lived in Carolina. You cannot, under any circumstances, you ain't lying, bro. You can't live in Carolina and not know and not pick a side. It's like the Bloods of the Crib told me, you gonna join one of these games today. Bruh, it is like that. You gonna pick a game today, man. You gonna pick it today. And where you stand, you're gonna have to stand on that for the rest of your life. So you better choose wisely. That's all I can say. My man said, hey, Mr. Eric Crandell, what's up with you, bro? He says there's so many Walker Street YouTubers now. JX, I told you that's my swan song, bro. That's when I'm all out. So I gotta do something fancy. Whenever I decide to go ahead and chuck the deuces, gotta do something fancy. Mm, I'm gonna go out in style. But like I said, guys, back to the whole situation, with Keith Martin and all of that, man. It's definitely an eye-opening experience, eye-opening experience. So I just want my gentlemen to be safe out here in these streets, bro. The Philippine streets, for the most part, they're safe. But again, if you're not exercising the necessary precautions to get around, I don't want you to fall victim to nothing. All right? That's all I can say. Said I've seen fights over the rivalry before the game even started, and Duke fans trashing Durham after the game. Bro, they don't play. That rivalry is real. Like, you gonna get in the fights. If you go to the game, you are likely to get into fights. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, you gonna have to pick a side, and you're gonna choose, right? My man says that Walking Street is not what it used to be. Just a bunch of beggars now. The beggars have returned, but not the expats. So sad. Eventually, the expats will come. If you build it, they will come. My man says, at one time, ice blue soda all over North Carolina and the country, and no ice time that happened. He said, you know, there was a championship if I could be like Mike. Facts. JX, I looked that up as soon as I finished the live, bro. But like I said, man, we got to be better about taking care of ourselves and each other, right? I do believe that it's pertinent to build a community. Now, I'm only one guy, y'all. I'm only one person. So it's not like me, myself, and I can keep up with everybody, checking on everybody. I try my best to, but I think that what's real with me and what's legit with me is if anybody wants to check up on me, this is where you'll find me, right? That's the one thing about myself that I realize. If anybody wants to know what the hell is going on with Dr. Mike TV or make sure Doc is still alive or good, chances are this is where you'll find me on the tube, man, doing live shows or making videos. Now, videos we do pre-record sometimes and then we stretch them out. I don't have anything pre-recorded right now, so anything that I make in recent days are going to be things that I just come up with as we doing them. But outside of the pre-records and all of that jazz, man, this is what we show up for. You feel me? This is what we do. This is what I do. And I've learned that this is a way for people to be able to keep in touch with me. Anybody who really needs to reach out to me and talk to me, what do? They reach out to me on Facebook, right? If you guys aren't subscribed, I mean, if you guys aren't following me, follow me on Instagram. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll put my Instagram right here. Let me make sure I spell that right. Right. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Dr. Mike from the PH. So if you want to reach out to me there, I'm usually not active at all on Instagram, but I do check messages, right? So if anybody really wanted to reach out, they know how to find me, they know how to get me. And anybody who has ever reached out to me, chances are you know that I do respond. Every now and again, I might fuck up, right? Every now and again, I'll be like, ah, shit, I missed one. But I'm still here, still human. And if I do not get at you immediately or get back to you immediately, trust me, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, like I said, I'm not a hard person to reach. Just in case y'all just want to say, yo, Doc, what's up, man? Just want to reach out to you, man. Love your content, bro. Love you, man. You do what you do. If you just want to reach out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to respond. All right, pretty sure I'm gonna knock that out for you. All right. He said I'm gonna take a vitamin right now. He said I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Are you referencing Michael Jackson? You got to, man. Gotta tell that man to change his ways, man. I gotta get off the energy drinks, man, for sure. Like I said, I got one more in the tank and I'm done. Some of the greatest ball players came out of UNC. Kenny Smith, shit, Jordan, of course. You can name the list, but now let's keep it real. Duke has some pretty decent players too. Raymond Felton came out of UNC. I don't think Raymond Felton gets a lot of respect. That was a solid player. But Duke had Battier, they had Kyrie, they had Christian Leitner, they had a couple of other bums. JJ Redick, they had some players too. But Jerry Stackhouse came from UNC. So, like I said, you got to know your lineage, man. You got to know your squads. But a lot of the greatest players that ever played in the league came from, you know, one of those two schools, unless they came directly out of high school. He said, I think expats need to form bowling, dart, basketball leagues overseas to keep us connected. We should. I believe in that. I believe in connecting. Now the problem with that is though sometimes we deal with the people that we end up dealing with a less than welcoming crowd when we do that. Like I said, man, it's got to be open for everybody, but sometimes them motherfuckers they be on some shit, man. That's the problem. It's hard to link with people when sometimes these dudes be on some bullshit. Like, bro, you are bugging. Like, what the fuck is this about? Sometimes you got guys that just be on like 90,000 for no reason at all. It said, somebody tell me about the metaverse or the PI. We don't have such things. The metaverse right now was just basically that virtual reality world. Look into Mana, the altcoin. They're definitely the coins that are going to be utilized in the metaverse. There's a couple of other things, Sandbox and a couple of others, man. Not much I can tell you because I really ain't in. I'm not heavy on the metaverse, nor am I heavy in the NFTs, and I probably should be. I have a feeling there's some alcohol in that can. Nah, bro, it's a watermelon Red Bull. I promise you, it's nothing but the Red Bull, son. That's all it is, man. I've got to get off these bitches, bro. I've got to get off of this, man. Mm, talking about addictions and shit. I think that right there is the good doc's kryptonite, right? But I gotta stop, man. That shit is unhealthy as hell. Granted, it's the smaller size can. That shit's still not good. So, hey, man, when you know better, you do better, right? Anyways, like I said, gents, we here, man. Yes, the metaverse is a, I wouldn't say the Matrix, but basically the metaverse is a virtual reality world where you can actually buy property, right? You can actually buy virtual property. So people are looking at the metaverse like it's the real world, but it's a virtual reality world that you're actually buying properties and people are buying these properties. It's like buying land and real estate in real life. You go to this metaverse or you go to this particular area or land or something, you can go in there and spend actual money to own property. The same as like buying NFTs, the JPEG art, except for you can buy property in the metaverse, you can buy a house there. Somebody spent, and I shit you not, I read an article that somebody spent 400, 500,000 US dollars to buy a plot of land next to Snoop Dogg's house in the metaverse. This is real now. Google it. Google it. I know somebody won't play it with me when they said this. I read it. They said somebody spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a plot of land next to Snoop Dogg, the rapper celebrity in the metaverse. They spent all that money to buy land next to his house in the metaverse. So people be like that, man. It's like a real life Matrix, man. Exactly. So what is that's basically the easiest way to describe it. Easiest way to describe it. I mean, of course, there's a lot more intricacies and details and stuff that go into it, but yeah, you can go in there, you can buy land, you can own it. You can own land in the metaverse. It's the weirdest thing. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, people are in there getting that. He said that watermelon is addictive, man. Yeah, I should lay off of this shit, bro. I got to. There you go. It's not necessarily real life, but it's the real life, fake life matrix, if that makes sense. It's a real life, fake life matrix. People be out there living their best lives. Yeah, man, somebody spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to be Snoop Dogg's next door neighbor in the metaverse. What the fuck? Buying property and land next to Snoop. Shit crazy, man. I thought it was wild. I couldn't believe it when I read it. I was like, somebody spent that much money to be Snoop Dogg's neighbor in the metaverse. But I'm not really big on the metaverse right now. I'm not even going to cap. I'm not really looking into NFTs either. I think I should. I'm just not familiar with how NFTs work. I don't know where to start looking for NFTs. I think about it all the time. I'm like, yo, man, let me go buy some NFTs, man, and probably do some quick trades on them and shit. How do I know if it's increasing in value? Like, I really do need a tutorial on NFTs, bro. Like, for real. I need a whole tutorial on NFTs to figure out how that shit works. Metaverse 2. I buy coins. I buy the altcoins that'll be utilized in the metaverse. I don't really actually do anything outside of that. He said, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of people living their lives in the metaverse. People are already doing that, man. You know how we used to, well, we still do, but you remember how there's a movie called Ready Player One? wherein people were playing these video games, but they were living, their best lives in these video games. That's pretty much what it is, man. So you're basically living in a virtual world. Like you might be a scrawny midget or whatever the freak in the real world, but in this metaverse world, you're like stocky and you're built and all of this stuff, and all the girls want you. Like some people like that, and people live their lives in these alternate realities. Man, it's the craziest thing. But welcome, welcome, welcome. He said maybe I'll find a girlfriend in the metaverse. I don't know. You'd be surprised, man. A lot of guys have found relationships in this place. I don't even want to get into it, bro. He said I'm not super big into the NFT space, but the hype they once had isn't as big anymore. Really, that's interesting. Um, that's very interesting, actually. But I've always wanted to know how NFTs work at least. I got a guy that I follow on YouTube who told me that you can participate and buy some things in NFTs in order for you to get dividends off of a online gambling casino. I don't know, man. I got to go back through it because I was half listening, but I was really into it when I read it. But basically, you can earn dividends through an NFT. Basically, was the way he said it. It was an online gambling company that was selling off NFTs, and the fact that you own part of that NFT entitled you to a percentage of earnings of profits earned through that online casino. And I was like, that sounds interesting. That's something I can get into because as long as I'm holding and I can still end up getting payments off of it, that sounds awesome. But then again, like I said, man, there's always a caveat, man. We got to read between the lines. So I would have to really do my due diligence before I jump in on something like that. Because NFTs, guys, they're not cheap. And even if they are cheap, I guess I'm trying to figure out how in the world do they increase in value? You see, that's my thing, man. That's me. I'm asking all these questions and I wish I knew the answers. But then again, like I said, man, I stick to cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is something that I'm not going to sit here and tell you I understand, but I damn sure understand it a whole lot more than I understand anything about NFTs. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick to cryptocurrency, play around with that market a little bit. I know my highs and my lows. Like right now, Solana is my baby. Litecoin is my baby. Like those are my two favorite coins right now. Outside of Cardano, which right now, if you haven't heard, yes, 3.75 annual percentage yield. We get the stake on Coinbase.com. Boo boo. So now I'm staking my coins, man. I don't have to sell them shits for nothing because I'm earning some interest on that bitch every year. So I think that's pretty dope. And if it falls below $1 again, guess who's about to pick up some more? Heavy. After it goes below $1, not going in heavy on some more crypto on Cardano for sure. But yeah, man, that's life. That is life. I might sell my Solana though, bro. I kind of wanna cash out and be a little liquid right now. It's been my thing lately. I've kind of just wanted to remain liquid. You know, gotta liquidate and become a little cash heavy lately. I've kind of been thinking about that, but the fact that you did say NFTs don't have as much hype as they did, surprising, but hey man, I'm interested. I remember that movie. I could see that movie being reality for some. Ready Player One? Yeah, I never watched it, but I think you got the idea. He said the hype isn't big because they haven't released any new NFTs from the top named NFT producers. Makes sense. He says, I know a lot of the NFT based games, the NFTs are basically the armor, weapons you can acquire for your character or sell. A lot of those games, though, you have to buy into it to begin with, right? Okay. Like I said, man, my educational level of NFTs right now is elementary at best. I know you can make money off of them. I know, but what to buy, what's good, that type of shit, man. Where to look, what are my highs, what are my lows, what are my good buy ranges. I mean, just because it's $2 for an NFT right now, man, is it going to be worth like $100 tomorrow? Finding out how to increase the value of certain things. That's where I'm at. Although I don't understand that in cryptocurrency, because I've studied the market a lot, because I've studied the highs and lows of certain altcoins a lot, I know when I'm comfortable buying in, right? So, like with Solana, when it was hovering around the $100 mark, I was like, yeah, if it goes down to 90, I'll buy some. So I bought some when it was 90, and then I bought a little bit more when it was in the 80 range. because I figured this has been the lowest it's been for the better part of a year or so. So if I can buy in those ranges, I'm good. Now, if it falls below those ranges, we'll average in accordingly. That was what I told myself. But I knew if I got it at 90, I was happy because it was always around 100 plus. Even with Litecoin never got down to the price that I wanted it to be. Like I wanted it to go down to 92, but it never seemed to break below like 98. It was always 98, 99, man. It never broke. And then it stayed around the $100 range. Ended up swiping up a coin or two at about the 98, 99 range, $100 range. And, I'm just kind of routing it up right now. So Solana's had some good news come out too, though. And also Cardano's had some good news come out with the staking. So those particular altcoins have been killing it, like really killing it. But shout out to all my Bitcoin holders, bro. Shout out to all of my Bitcoin holders, man. I am crying right now. Not because I don't have any Bitcoin, because I did sell out of it. I don't have any positions right now. I'm not crying. It's never too late. I'm not worried about it. I'll wait for the fall again. I hate to think of it like that, but I'm just gonna wait for it to fall below 40 again because for some reason Bitcoin trades at like some serious, serious, serious fucking levels. But shout out to all my Bitcoin holders, man. We that damn thing ran up like $6,000 in a week. Bitcoin ran up like 6 grand in a week. Think about that for a second. Damn near about $6,000 in a week. We were just in the 39 range. We're up like 47, 48 right now, man. 48, 49. Well, yeah, about 47, 48. I'm sorry, about 48,000. I haven't looked recently. Last time I checked, it was 47.9, so roughly about 48,000. Last time I checked, it could be a little higher, a little lower. But that is crazy to think about. Bitcoin, roughly about a week or two ago, was like 38, 39. It was creeping at around 37. This son of a bitch in 2 weeks went up $10,000. I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about that. In about a couple of weeks' time, it could have been a little bit longer than 2 weeks, but I remember looking at it at 37, 39,000. That motherfucker's up to 48,000. So about $10,000 increase in about what? 2, 3 weeks. Within a month period of time, Bitcoin went up to 10,000. Bitcoin went up $10,000. That is crazy to me, right? That baffles my motherfucking mind. But let me tell you this, that's the exact same energy that I have for a coin like Cardano, right? A lot of people don't look at Cardano and their smart contracts and all of that in the community that they're building. A lot of people aren't really on it like that. And I never see it getting to the level of a Bitcoin. Okay. I don't see that. It could, but I doubt it. But it could potentially get to the level that Ethereum is right now, right? So we got Ethereum at about what, 3,300, 34, 3,500, 3,700, who knows? But if you think about it, that's not bad. Even if Cardano was blessed enough to hit $1,000 in the next 10, hopefully 10 years or so. We'll say 10 years, 15 years. If it hits $1,000, a lot of people who bought in at the dollar range, we are going to be fucking rich, right? If it hits $100, man, we are looking at some healthy, healthy, healthy payouts for some people. The people who are looking at it right now, getting into it right now, staking it and doing what they got to do to earn whatever little bit they get on it, guys, this shit is legit, right? So that's the way that I look at cryptocurrency now, man. I do trade a lot of the altcoins. I got caught lacking. I did. I got caught lacking holding the bag for Loop Ring, and also I got caught holding the bag for Mana, right? Mana, the metaverse coin. So there are a couple in the bag right now that I'm just gonna have to wait for something to happen because I'm not gonna sell it as low as it did because I bought that shit at the high range because I was trading and playing with it, and that motherfucker went like it was bad. It was real bad. So my average coin price right now is not great. So like I said, I'll probably look to average into it a little bit later. But yeah, man, Loop Ring and Mana, those are my two coins that I have right now that aren't the greatest choices that I made, but Solana, Litecoin, Cardano, they're working their magic. It's the best way for me to say it. So my man says NFTs are for rich people. Digital art. I was never an art person, not interested. Sounds good to me. I agree with that, Doc. He said I understand the crypto space more than NFT space. I'm gonna let the NFT people keep the NFTs. I'm fluctuating in something I know a little bit about. Let's keep it a buck. I'm not perfect. Nobody can predict the market, but I'm looking at it right now and I'm saying, okay, if I can get Solana up to about 150, I'm really hoping and praying on everything that I love that we can get Solana back up to that 260, man. Oh, will be a wet dream and a half if we could get up to 260, my boy. Golly, man, we gonna cash out something crazy if we get up to 260. I'm banking that if everything goes well, man, Solana could reach that $200 range before the end of the year. Right? That's what I'm praying for. That 260 by the end of the year. We should be right, but I'm not gonna rush it. But I'm that type of person. I got itchy trigger fingers, so I might sell it if I feel like I made a pretty good profit on it. So that's always been my kryptonite. And then that thing ride all the way up to like 200, 300, $400. I'm like, yo, my stomach hurts. I can't take this shit. I'm one of those types of guys, right? So yeah, man, I do understand cryptocurrency far more than I understand NFTs, but that's not saying much because I don't know cryptocurrency like that. Buy an NFT and pay someone to play your character for you, then they earn money and you earn crypto. Really? We gotta talk about that one, bro. Because I would love to see how that works. Shout out to my Bitcoin holders, man. Crypto can no longer be ignored. Every country is looking into it. True. He said, I'm nibbling on XRP. When the lawsuit is over, it's definitely to the moon. They say around August, everything should be settled with XRP. XRP is not available on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro. So now I have to go through the daunting task of finding an online place that I feel comfortable with trying to freaking find a way to buy XRP. I don't want to do it, right? I'm being lazy. I'm being stubborn as hell. I don't want to do it. But XRP is getting a lot of heat, man. I hear that name a lot. XRP is a name that comes up in conversation more often than not. So you cannot ignore, nobody can ignore XRP. But, we'll see. We'll definitely have to see it. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the conversation, man. I appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys locking in with me, man. You know the rules. I always got to make sure that I shout out my people because y'all make this shit worth it for me. Let's start with my silent partners. You already know who you guys are. The ones that stay in the background, the ones that just listen to the good doc talk is nonsense. Again, I don't know what y'all doing in the background while y'all listening to me. Quite frankly, I don't care. I'm just glad that you guys tune in. You guys help me more than you will ever, ever know. All right, now to my brothers who participate in the chat, the ones to keep the conversation going, the ones to keep the good doc on his toes, the ones that definitely teach me how to stick, move, jab, and parry as necessary, the ones that, definitely contribute to the channel. I love y'all more than anything in this world. Y'all know what's going on. I appreciate you. I love you. Again, a channel like mine doesn't exist without the people who help build the community. Although I may be the face of the community does not exist without all of y'all. All right? I ain't perfect, but damn it, y'all fuck with me, I fucks with y'all. All right? And as long as you continue to rock with me, I will continue to deliver the content the best way I know how, as reckless and as just untamed as humanly possible. Because that's the only way I can deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time, effort, and energy. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time for the good doc to go and get the getting. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the good doc is officially out. At least Nako. Pa'alam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Makita. Mabuhay. Peace.